eyes gleaming.
Good morning, everybody. It's Fisher Harris here today with my trusty cameraman, Owen Totman. We're going to be going to New York City to cover the Trump rally.
Nothing worth doing ever came easy.
Hey guys, this is Fisher. We're here in line right now outside of Madison Square Garden for the Trump event. As you can see, there is a ton of people already packed out around here. If you could pan around and just show everybody that's out here. It looks like it's going to be pretty crazy today. I mean, we'll see if we even get in, but seems like people are in high spirits and excited to be here. We haven't seen any anti-protesters yet, but I'm sure we will as we get closer to MSG. Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Fisher. We're going to try to get some man-on-the-street interviews today of people in line. Let's talk to these guys back here. Gentlemen, could we interview you guys quickly? Sure. So can you guys tell us why you're here today and why you're going to wait in this whole long line?
Just kind of interested in the different speakers that are here, and I think it should just be a pretty energizing event.
Donald Trump has always wanted unchecked power.
I have the right to do whatever I want as president.
And with Project 2025, he'll get it. No.
What makes the election so important is that our country is being invaded by illegal aliens and colonized. Our money is being stolen from us. We're supporting wars that we have no involvement in. And if we don't support them, we're being threatened with attack. But when Donald Trump was president, there were no wars. He killed the two top terrorists. The unemployment rate, especially for blacks and women and Hispanics, went from 16% to 8.5%, the lowest anywhere in the world for black people and Hispanic people and women.
Vice President Harris delivered her closing argument at the exact same location where Donald Trump spoke on January 6th.
We're going to walk down to the Capitol, and if you don't fight like hell, you're not going to have a country anymore.
He wants to keep the American people afraid of each other.
We will never give up. We will never concede.
We have to stop pointing fingers and start locking arms.
We got to take care of going back.
We are not going back.
My number one issue is freedom of speech and weaponizing the DOJ against political dissidents. I feel like we're at a point where we have to be very careful as a nation to protect our fundamental right to a free speech.
Together we will fight, and we will win. We're going to win.
You don't have to look very far to find Donald Trump ahead nationally.
We have 50 million ballots already been cast.
Yeah, I think that we need a backup plan in case the people in power steal the election. I think that if they are all pedos, if they all have done something reprehensible, and people they're going to steal the election again. I think we need to have a plan in place in case one side or the other is aggrieved, and this is a way to have elections without government involvement, a way to have incorruptible elections. Since the advent of cell phones, we don't have secret voting anymore. We don't have people able to have secret ballots because the people who sell their votes and the people who are being intimidated can be told to get a video of how they voted, and we don't have anybody talking about this. And we have dead people voting, but I think there's no point to having secret ballots anymore. We might as well vote openly.
Well, I think this is going to be the biggest rally yet. I mean, it's the conclusion, the finale, big finale for the third campaign. I've been a Trump supporter since 2015. I was old enough to vote for him in 2020. I voted for him again in 2024. And I think all of us are here for the same reason. And I mean, the slogan speaks for itself, Make America Great Again. We believe, like anyone that has eyes, that this country is going in the wrong direction.
The former president hosts his hometown rally. Eyewitness News reporter Kimberly Richardson has the story there. Kimberly?
And Joe, there is a lot going on outside here at MSG. Those who didn't make it inside the rally where Dan is, many of them have gathered here at 33rd and 8th. There is a large crowd. Even though they didn't make it in, they went nowhere. Also here, a very vocal group of about 500 Trump critics. So far, everything has been peaceful.
Well, I thought this was history in the making, and if I had the opportunity to come down and share this with my daughter, the experience to see and feel the energy and feel not isolated from part of the world, to know that I'm along with other people that still believe in our country, the Constitution, and our freedoms, and be able to fight back and have that opportunity that, to be a part of it.
What is your message to Vice President Kamala Harris?
Kamala, you're fired.
Better start looking for a new job.
Take your hands out of our pockets, please. We're tired of the government having their hands in our pockets.
She's a fake individual who has fake policies that don't work.
Start packing up your office and go home.
The communist revolution is over. You lost.
I'm here at Trumpomania 2024 because all the Americans deserve to have a president that cares about them.
Hey guys, so we finally made it into MSG.
Like, I don't know if you guys know this, but there's literally a floating island of garbage in the middle of the ocean right now. Yeah. I think it's called Puerto Rico.
And they probably don't realize why I get so angry when he's attacked and demonized. This is a very charitable, very good man.
I'll tell you something, I don't follow the polls. I don't follow the pundits, but I follow the energy.
We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, and that we are endowed by our Creator with certain unalienable rights, and that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
A lot of people ask me why I left the Democratic Party. And I say, I don't leave the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party left me.
Imagine if you're, and just pause for one moment. Imagine you're Donald Trump. You're from New York City. You become famous in New York City. You make your fortune in New York City. And all of a sudden, the leadership of New York City decides they're going to destroy you because they don't like your politics. And so they... Yeah, boo. Imagine if that were you, though. And they try and take everything that you have. They try and put you in prison. They try and put your children in prison. If that happened to you, how often do you think you'd be going back to New York City? How about never? And yet he's here. It's like getting thrown out of a bar. And you think to yourself, well, you know, all my friends are in the bar. And you approach the door and there's the bouncer like, you're not allowed in here. But from behind the bouncer, you hear the cheers of your friend, come on in! And the bouncer hangs his head in shame. He's embarrassed that he's working for the man trying to keep the most popular person out of the bar. And that's Donald Trump back in the city that produced him with no embarrassment at all in a room full of his friends.
Today's Democratic Party is the party of war. It's the party of the CIA. You had Kamala Harris giving a speech at the Democratic Convention that was written by neocons, that was belligerent, pugnacious, that talked about the domination of the world by the United States through our weapons of war.
Well, let me tell you something, Trumpomaniacs. Welcome to the house that Hulkamania built. You know something? Usually when I'm in Madison Square Garden, I'm body slamming giants. I'm winning world heavyweight titles, and I'm cracking people over the heads with steel chairs. And the energy in Madison Square Garden is off the Richter scale. But today, Trumpomaniacs, the energy in here is something like I've never felt. The energy of all these Trumpomaniacs is the most powerful force in the universe.
Because you know what happens when somebody in this country says, hey, I'm going to vote Republican, I'm going to vote Donald J. Trump? They get canceled, intimidated, marginalized, excluded, or even fired or boycotted. And you know what that means? In short, that adds up to being bullied.
Ladies and gentlemen,
We are 9 days away from the most important election of my lifetime. Stakes have never been higher, and the choice has never been clearer.
As you can see, I'm not just MAGA, I'm dark, gothic MAGA.
And I'd like to begin by asking a very simple question. Are you better off now than you were 4 years ago? I'm here today with a message of hope for all Americans. With your vote in this election, I will end inflation. I will stop the invasion of criminals coming into our country. And I will bring back the American dream. We need the American dream to come back home. Our country will be bigger, better, bolder, richer, safer, and stronger than ever before. This election is a choice between whether we will have 4 more years of gross incompetence and failure, or whether we will begin the 4 greatest years in the history of our country. We will achieve success that no one can imagine. We will have the strongest economy, the most secure borders, the safest cities, the most powerful military, the best trade deals, and we will dominate the frontiers of science, medicine, business, technology, and space. And I'm asking you to be excited about the future of our country again. I'm asking you to dream big again. We're going to dream big again. We haven't been dreaming big at all. This will be America's new golden age.
If tomorrow all the things were gone, I'd work for all my